Okay, here with Tallwood head football coach John Kepple. His Lions get a 42-0 shutout over the Kempsville Chiefs to bounce back from their last game, a loss to Ocean Lakes. And coach, you had about 12 days off or so, I think it was. You told your team in the post-game huddle that second half was the football team we are, not the first half, only up 7-0. What did you not like and see in the first half, and what did you like and see in the second half?
Well, we had a lot of penalties, and we just, our guys weren't doing what they needed to do. We weren't out of place on defense sometimes. We weren't executing on offense, but more importantly, we had a lot of penalties, and we had some silly penalties that we've got to work on, we've got to fix, but that's the kind of stuff that if we say that we're a playoff team and we're going to be in that run, we can't make those mistakes. It cost us last week against Ocean Lakes. I think we had 15 or 16 penalties. So.
Yeah, and trying to make the postseason for a third consecutive year. In the second half, from what I saw there, it looked like your defense was flying around. Kyrie Abdullah had one of the biggest hits I've seen all year. You saw Kayshawn Duncan, Josh Lucas, guys off the edge make plays, and in your secondary held serve.
Yeah, we got in there at halftime. Defense Coach Harry got them all together, and Coach Johnson with the DBs just kind of really put everything together and fixed where we were out of line, where we were just in the wrong spot at times. Guys are in the wrong gaps, just kind of typical defensive adjustments.
Yeah. We're seeing, I think, a little bit more explosive from your offensive here from game one against Princess Anne. That game we saw Gunnar White as the workhorse tonight. Right. A little bit of thunder and lightning with him and Tajon Yorkshire, and then Sabian Stone connecting with Isaiah Edwards over the top.
Yeah, we've got a few weapons here, that we've got a bunch of guys that can make plays. We've just got to find ways to get them the ball. That's the big thing. Is offensively we do a bunch of different things, and trying to get those guys the ball.
Every coach gets asked this, and I'll throw it your way, with the layoff here, with the weather, and how have you guys handled that and sort of the restlessness feeling, if you will?
It's been tough. Friday night about 7 o'clock, I got a text saying that we could practice on Saturday. Okay. So I'm immediately sending a message out to my players. It had to be optional. So we did a video because you didn't know who was going to be there, no bus. But we probably had about 25, 30 guys show up to that optional practice, and just kind of go through things. And then obviously Monday, Tuesday, just a big review of what we needed to get done.
I feel like the beach is at a somewhat disadvantage now. I'm not talking about big picture from the other districts, and that you guys have to go Wednesday, Monday, Saturday, because you sandwich it in for 3 weeks here, and then you have no time to rest here. You got Kellum coming up who won tonight, 24-21 over FC.
Yeah, Kellum's going to be tough. I mean, they beat us last year. Every year they're well coached. They're a good football team. They do some things really well. Their quarterback's excellent. So we know that we've got to come prepared, and a 3-day preparation period for Kellum's tough.
Lastly, thank you for your time. What have you learned about your team here? We're almost at the halfway point. It's hard to say that here in September, but that you didn't know going in, or the things that you kind of, as a coaching staff, you put in the checklist. This we're checking off, this we're not checking off, besides the penalties, if you will.
I think that we're fighters. I think that we fight. Even in our loss last week to Ocean Lakes, I felt like we still were out there fighting, trying to make plays. Guys still keep coming back. We don't hang our head and put our heads down when something goes wrong. We won in overtime against Green Run. So I feel like that we're a good fighting team. We train that way in the offseason. We do a lot of things that puts them in adversity to force them to work through that. So when we get to this point, that we can play well in that last half of the game.
Ready for tight games in a sense.
Exactly, yeah. We really challenge them in the offseason.
Well, thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.